Welcome back, friends, to more Dwarf Fortress. So I promised last episode, hi. Oh, interruption there. An elven caravan from Mafi Lace has arrived. Hi there, elves. No one really likes you. So here's an interesting thing about elves. They don't like it if you cut down trees. So if you try to sell them anything that's made of wood, they will get rather sassy. I believe that's how that works. Now, again, this was a while ago. God, it's been ages since I've actually dealt with elves. A lot of this could have changed. But like, if you try to sell them a bunch of stone crafts, but you try to sell that to them in a barrel, I'm fairly sure they get a little bit sassy with you. But I guess we'll find out here in a little bit. That thunder scared the crap out of me. That actually legitimately scared the crap out of me. I thought a tree was breaking over my house in real life. So I promised at the end of last episode that I would talk about doggos, right? We have trained two lovely, awesome, fearsome war dogs, and I want to give those war dogs something to do. So we're going to go ahead and put down B and then restraint. And restraint is shortcut with V. Did we not build the chain? Seriously? Didn't I queue up a chain like a million years ago? Forge an iron chain. What's our metalsmith up to? By the way, I renamed everyone. So there's a lot of people that are now freshly named. So Solniers, Verda, Dread is in here as well. Turnby, Popo, Dartja. But I made Dartja a child. Hi, Dartja. You're tiny, tiny human who's playing make-believe. Anyways, but if you are a supporter of the channel, either on Twitch or on Patreon, you should be able to find yourselves there. Thank you guys so much. Oh boy, this is going to get really annoying. So between the episodes, I changed the way work orders are set. And this is going to get so spammy. The way I did it was, instead of having make 5 of something, I have it set to make 1 of something. So for example, if there aren't 5 beds, if there's not, and this is how the conditions work, if there's not at least X number, then do this. So if there's not at least 5 beds, make 1 bed. So unfortunately, I think this is actually going to wind up being super spammy, and I think I might have to redo that, because that sound effect is going to make us all go mega crazy. Packs production. Okay. Production disabled group. And that was anything under the production tree. Oh, this is cool. Has been completed. Can I... So I can't disable... Oh, I have to disable the entire thing? That's unfortunate, because I'd like to hear if we created a masterpiece every so often. That's a bit of a bummer. Has been completed. I can't disable a one particular pack. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'm probably... Oh, puppies! I'll probably wind up redoing that a bit. And also we got some migrants as well. Well, that's exciting. So we have a stray war dog who just gave birth to puppies. And somewhere over here are a bunch of new migrants. Let's go up on top and see how many new friends we have this spring. Brand new caravan. They must have left right at the end of winter in order for them to get here so soon. So we've got 1, 2, child 3, child 4. Oh, hi. This is a pretty big caravan, or a pretty big group. What is happening? Okay, hang on. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now. Lots more people still coming. Holy crap, there's a lot of people. There's so many people and animals. Oh my gosh, we have so many dwarves coming to visit. We also, the Bearded Company, a farmers guild, has been established. Now, this is brand new for me. I have no idea what guilds are or what they do. Oh gosh, welcome to the part where we are about to go crazy with getting overwhelmed with work. Hey, we've had our first person who's been taken by a fey mood. This is what I was talking about in the first episode, where dwarves can basically get overcome with the desire to make something. Now, we're going to have to basically focus on this person for a bit. So let's press K, and we are going to follow them for just a minute. So they're going to go... So here's the thing. They're going to claim a shop, and then they're going to start trying to grab whatever items they need to craft an item. Now, if they don't go anywhere, that normally indicates that they don't have what they need. So they need cut gems, bones, tanned hides. Okay, this isn't impossible. We may not have, we actually, you know what? We did make a gem crafter, did we not? So let's deal with this in order. There's also a petition that I want to talk about here soon. So we did make the gem cutter shop. We should have some gems that are ready to cut. So I'm going to go through here. And I'm going to try to cut everything we have. I think, oops, I think I canceled something. If I put it on repeat, they'll try to make as many cut gems as possible before that work order is suspended. So we're going to cut a bunch of gems. That's going to take care of the cut gem requirement. Now, the tanned hides, we don't have any animals that we've hunted. However, we just got a brand new batch of creatures from our new dwarven friends. So if I go into Z and then animals, we should have a bunch of new friends here. So we got horses, yak bulls, mule, bull calf. Gosh, I don't know which one we should slaughter, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just slaughter the mule for right now. We're going to go ahead and slaughter the mule. And it is tame, but it's not owned by anyone. So we're going to press B to slaughter this creature. So, do we have a butcher? I should take a quick peek here at Dwarf Therapist. We're about to get a crap ton more dwarves, by the way. So we went from what, like 20 to a billion? Let's go with our migration wave here. So we got, whoa, we got 25 dwarves. We basically doubled our population. Holy crap. We actually got more than double our population in one wave. We have a couple of, let's see, one at least master plant gatherer. We also got a master legendary shearer. They can shear a sheep in no time flat. I should have stuck with S's for more alliteration. We do have one bow dwarf in here. We also have another spear dwarf. Apparently spears are very, very popular with dwarves. I never knew that, but a lot of dwarves are coming here with some spear experience. This is going to be interesting. This is really going to ramp up our fort's production, and we might start talking about the optimization of Dwarf Therapist coming up soon, because now we're going to have more people than we have. I guess we have a lot of dwarves that we can start to have do specializations, and I'm going to have to read up a little bit on Dwarf Therapist and specializations, but and don't be afraid, by the way, when you have stuff like this happen and there's like a billion things going on, don't be afraid to pause the game and just take a minute to breathe, because everyone knows this game is absolutely crazy, and sometimes it can kind of get a bit overwhelming. I'm trying to see if I can hunt down our animal that we're supposed to be butchering. Let's press I to go to our animal zone, our pen and pasture. We're going to pen everything that's not a dog and a cat. So, donkey, keet, I guess. I don't know what a keet is. Is that a bird? Hen, horse foal, lamb, calf, billy goat, and not a puppy. Okay, so we're going to try to bring everything to the little animal area so that they don't go downstairs into our fort, get trapped behind a door, and then starve to death. Let's go over to our butcher shop. Is anyone moving towards the butcher shop yet? No. Do we have a butcher? That was the entire reason I went over here. We do not have a butcher yet. So I'm going to give the butchering job. Let's actually just do nothing. And we're still sorting, I think, by, I guess, the role rating. Like, who would make the best butcher among all of our people right now? And I think that would be Ablel here. They are 55%, I guess, qualified? Is that the right word? They're 55% leaning towards butchering things, I suppose. So we'll have you do butchering. We also have an actual legitimate gem cutter with some skill. Barely. They're an adequate gem cutter, so they're better than nothing. So we'll queue you up for gem cutting. Yeah, we're really going to have to fix our labor screen soon, because it's a hot mess right now. It's always frustrating that you don't really get anyone super amazing at anything. They're so average. They're so very average. Let's commit these changes. I'm actually going to double up the butcher just to make sure we get this done. Also, we don't have a tanner, so let's just go across the board. You guys are going to have all these jobs: butchery, tannery, bone crafting. So we have to build the butcher shop, which is already built. And here you can see that the butcher job is already done, is already queued up. So we're going to say do this now. I think we'll get a little active symbol whenever someone finally gets the job and gets the idea to actually do it. You can see our person who has been taken by a mood sitting here, waiting for their their item, basically waiting for their goods. Now, what else did we need? We needed gems, and we needed hide and bones. So once we kill this animal, once we butcher this animal, we should get everything we need. I hope. So we're waiting for our new butcher dwarf to come on down. Is this one of our butcher dwarves? No job. You're the animal caretaker. Yawn animal caretaker. Look at you go. There we go. You can see right now. There we go. There's the animal. Oh, he was actually a butcher. So he is going to bring the animal over to the butcher shop. Oh, sad day. And then it's been slaughtered. So there you go. The stray mule has been slaughtered. And if we press T and look at the shop here, we immediately get all these items. And already all of this stuff is being queued up to have something happen to it. The tannery needs to get built. So hopefully that'll get done pretty quick. You can actually see someone working on that right now. So as soon as the tannery gets done, we should get our... There's the hair. There's the hoof. Where's the hide go? Is the hide still hanging? Oh, I hope we didn't dump the hide. What does one do with hide? The raw hide. I don't particularly know where it's gone. Oh, they actually immediately grabbed it, and they are already tanning the hide. Awesome. So they're tanning the hide. As soon as this is done, I think our little friend here is going to run over and grab this hide. And I know we've got a lot of other stuff to do. There's so many people here, but if I don't take care of this in particular, this guy will eventually go absolutely bonkers and either hurt himself or hurt others. So you can see they immediately went to go grab the leather. Now they're going to grab the next item, which is probably gems. There we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Hey, hoof, hair. Did we stash bones anywhere? I think we want to keep bones. We do have bones queued up. Did they already grab the bones and put them in their workshop? Yep, they already grabbed the mule bone and put it in there. There's the leather. Now they're going to be bringing back the gem. Please don't be so angry. Yes, it worked. It pauses the game, and you'll see now that it says began a mysterious construction. Yay! That means our dwarf is not going to go crazy and kill everyone. Hooray! So that's a grand time. Right, well, that's great. So one of our dwarves is going to make an awesome product. Now, the end result of this is that your dwarf is going to craft some kind of... I think it's an artifact. I'm not sure if it's always an artifact, but I'm pretty sure it is. And there's a chance, if it's a certain mood, I think they will actually become a legendary whatever skill was used to make that item. So there's a chance that our good friend down here, who is this, by the way? This is Morgan, our brewer. And generally speaking, it's going to be something that they're already good with, right? Do they not have any labors whatsoever? So I guess that they're just going to... God, did they learn dances too? The man-dragon something or other. That's so nuts. Observer, discipline, armor, shield, spear dwarf. So they don't really have a skill in anything, so I don't know what they're going to craft, honestly. But they could come out of this as a master XYZ. They could become a master bone crafter, for example, which would be kind of awesome. All right. While they're making that, we have a lot of dwarves here now. We have 24 idle dwarves. Luckily, a while ago, we actually put down 20 more beds. So I never did actually set all this for room designations. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so all these rooms have been designated. So our new dwarven friends here should quite soon claim a room. We also have this petition up here that you're seeing. So I'm going to press Shift P to take a look at the petition. So one of the guilds here, the Bearded Company, has many members in Goldstones and now requires a guild hall. The location must be built and furnished with the hall designated for a guild, Farmers Guild. Do you approve this request? I don't know how long we have to do this. I'm going to let it hang here for a bit. I don't know if this is going to piss people off or not. How's our little drinking area, by the way? Is this still working out pretty well? You can see people coming in to take a drink. How much alcohol do we have stored up? 7 wine. That's pretty much it. There's all of our mugs being stored. So that part's working out, I think. Do you have a mug on you? My little tiny door. Are you drinking alcohol, you tiny child? That's awful. Darcha. Buddy. Don't start so young, man. You still have time before you become an alcoholic. There's plenty of time left for you to live that life. Take a quick peek at our kitchens. How busy are our kitchens looking these days? There's somebody grabbing a seed to take that away. The merchants from Maffy Lace will be leaving soon. I forgot all about our little elven friends. Let's have our trader. Broker requested at the depot. Let's see if our trader can jump up here before they dip out. There is a chance we could trade some items with them. And, I mean, elves still give you good stuff. They'll bring some resources here and there. Okay, our trader has arrived. Let's take a look at what they've got to offer. Oh, puzzle boxes, short swords made out of grown cigarro. Why can they make bows and we can't? Sassy freaking elves. Wooden crutches here. We've got a bunch of arrows, which we can make our own, or on our own, rather. I'm kind of looking for food or plump helmet spawn. I mean, berries, there's only 5 of these. A couple of chests here, clothing items. Cages. Yeah, nothing super amazing, to be honest with you. Pecan wood body. So weird. Blowpipe. Not exactly our style. All right, we're going to say thank you so much for stopping in. You know what? Can we bring any items for trade? Move items for trade. Let's go down to our crafts here. So here's our finished good bin. Finished goods bin. I'm going to queue the finished goods bin to be delivered, just to show you how this works out. So you're basically telling them what to bring to the trade depot. So let's queue up our item to be traded. And somebody, in theory, if we've got it stored at the right spot, it might be right over here. And sure enough, there is our finished goods bin. And you'll see someone pick it up and immediately bring it upstairs. Ooh, there we go. There's our finished item. That was our guy who had like the crazy obsession. Morgan has crafted this. Can't pronounce that. A mule bone animal trap. He offers it to the big rack. That is our group, of course. Awesome stuff. So did you get any skill? And yes, you did. You are now a legendary bone crafter. From humble beginnings, Morgan is now considered to be a master bone crafter. How crazy is that? So let's read the file, because we now should have a level 15 bone crafter in here out of nowhere. You're nutters, man. Where did bone crafting go under, by the way? Stone crafting, boyery. There we go. Let's take wood crafting off our other dwarves and leave the bone crafting to our doctor. Wait, did I read that right? Do we have 2? We do. We do have 2 mastered. How is this so weird? Zill, our doctor, is also a master bone crafter, as well as Morgan here. That's fine. Morgan and Zill can fight over making the most amazing dwarven crafts ever. Did we deliver everything here? Trade. No, we haven't delivered our bin yet. Let's wait for the bin to arrive. Somebody's got that bin somewhere. Hey, there it is. Okay, so our items are here on the right. Their items are here on the left. So if we wanted to trade, what I would do is actually offer. You can either offer the entire item, like container, which is valued at about 400 units, I guess, or you can actually sell the items inside of it. Now, elves used to get pissy when you tried to trade the actual wooden bin. So I suppose, I don't know, do we want any of this stuff? Is there anything really amazing? I guess I could just check the value. This cotton dress seems to be the most valuable thing they're offering us here. 246 value. Do we need loam, maybe? I have no idea if we need loam or not, or clay. Let's trade some clay, I suppose. I have no idea what we need, really. I don't think we really need any of this stuff. We can make our own crutches. I really don't think I want wooden leg splints either. Let's grab some walnuts, acorns, cherries, and plums. Sure, give me all of your delicious tiny foods. Random fruits here. That'll disappear in like 3 seconds. And didn't someone have a bow? How good was the bow? I don't remember the quality levels, by the way. These little symbols, like I said before, these are quality levels of an item. I think it's a mix. It's the quality of an item plus something else. But honest to goodness, I've kind of forgotten at this point. Let's grab a couple of these bows, I suppose. They're apparently kind of crappy because they're just 10. So it's going to show us the overall value of their items and the value of our items. So right now we're actually giving their trader a pretty decent profit. So let's go ahead and cut back a bit. And we'll leave them with a positive memory of us. So we'll give them a trader profit. And we're going to offer these items by pressing O. You will receive no payment. That's fine. We're fine. We're trying to meet, we're trying to improve relations here. You are too kind. So we actually did get a positive relationship. Interesting. This stuff turned green. So did they just give us a discount on these items? Oh, no. These are the items we traded them. Okay, these were our items. They're now their items. Fair enough. Okay, I think we're pretty much good. Let's go ahead and press R so that our trader leaves the depot. And I think once they leave, all of our items will go back to storage. So cool stuff. Let's also go ahead and close down our old farm, by the way, just because I kind of forgot about it. So our farmers don't get distracted and have to go all that way. Oh, lots of stuff happened in like a really quick, hot minute here. We have a lot of doors with not a lot going on. Now, this is where I start to struggle a little bit with Dwarf Fortress. You start to get overwhelmed really easily sometimes. And there's still a lot to be done. Like, for example, we haven't dug out our Grand Hall yet. And we could use another set of bedrooms. And I guess I could even do another area of stone storage. Not that stone storage is the most amazing thing on the world, but no. Just to get stones out of the way, do we want to just put down another stone storage area? Sure, why not? Let's do that. Is this going to make the floor collapse? I don't think so. It'll be a good experiment. We'll see. Okay, so I told you I would talk about Dwarf Therapist, and I'm going to do my best to make some kind of a sense of this optimizer. I haven't really used the optimizer well, and I know there are better guides out there on the optimization part of Dwarf Therapist. You do not have to use this by any means. What optimizer tries to do is you basically can right click and add all of the possible jobs to your fort. And based on your priority level and your ratio, it's going to try to assign jobs automatically to the appropriate dwarves, the dwarves who are best suited for the job. And I think it takes into account their existing skill. It takes into account their attributes as well. So dwarves who are better suited for a certain task, in theory, would be assigned to that job. It also takes into account how many jobs each dwarf can have, as well as how many people you want in your fort to just be haulers. And I do not know the best optimization plan. What I actually have normally done is I've just gone through here and manually assigned jobs to certain people. I don't think I really want to do that. I really would love to get a handle on the optimizer, but it's going to take me a while to kind of figure out this system. So more than likely, I'm going to look for a good optimization plan out there on the forums and just try to import it. Okie dokie. So I went out to the Dwarf Fortress Wiki, and under the wiki, there is a utility or a repository for Dwarf Therapist. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and make a new optimization plan and import this CSV file, and it's going to automatically have everything but 3 jobs, and it's already got these ratios set out. I know it looks really confusing. It's really still confusing for me too. What I'm going to do is do Control A, so I select all of my dwarves, and then I'm going to, I think I actually just save it. Let's do Worker Hauler, and then I actually choose it from the drop down. Oops, I thought I did. Where do you optimize? Is it this one? Optimize labors using, okay, there we go. So let's see the proposed changes. I know it looks really crazy right now, but we've got a lot of dwarves getting new assignments. We still have our miners, for example. It's probably easier just to sort it by job. So we're going to actually have a ton more miners here because the optimizer plan has a lot of weight towards mining. We are going to add a couple more carpenters, a couple of bowyers here, some woodcutters as well. This is pretty good stuff. I think it's going to remove hauling from a lot of dwarves. And it's going to assign the hauling to dwarves who have under a certain amount of jobs assigned to them. And by restricting the amount of jobs that dwarves have, it allows dwarves to build up skill in that area. Interestingly, it didn't assign any of our awesome bone carvers. So that's a little bit awkward. And I might manually go in here and just clean some things up. It took all of the doctoring away, which is kind of interesting as well. Did the optimizer just not do that? Let's take a look at the worker hauler thing. What about the doctor? Diagnosis, chief medical. They have to be the chief medicine person to do that. Worker count 0. Let's just go through here and change anything that doesn't have anyone assigned to it to a minimum of 1. Maybe that's the problem too. Isn't there like a bone? Let's look at the bone crafter. Where's my little bone crafter here? Bone carving. Let's do 2 and see what happens. So let's do that. Let's just read to cancel everything. Control A, optimize, and let's see what happens this time. We still didn't get anyone assigned to the doctor role. We did get someone assigned to the doctor role. They don't have any existing experience, which is kind of funny. And we still didn't get a bone carver. I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, though, it's not that hard to reassign dwarves who are already good at stuff. And this is basically, and we can kind of trim it up a little bit more if we want to say, like, look, I only want my dwarves to have 4 jobs per dwarf, or 3 jobs per dwarf. That means you're going to have more dwarves specializing in certain jobs. That's just hard to say. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's go ahead and commit. And our screen is chaos, right? So I'm going to go through here and reassign the dwarves who are already good at stuff. Make sure they're still assigned to what they were doing. So Swole, for example, is still a wood. It's a lot of woodcutters here. It's a ridiculous amount of woodcutters, to be honest. I don't think we really need that many. Let me go back through and change this just a smidge. Okay, I think I cleaned it up a little bit. So not quite as many people I thought I did, at least. We'll take a couple of these jobs off. We don't really need to have a billion woodcutters. Woodcrafting is still not that only one person. Mason, we still have our good mason. We took somebody off stone crafting, which was Jackson. Jackson is our stone detailer and mason. So I really, yeah, we don't want him doing stone crafting. That's fine. And I think if you have a baseline, you can kind of get the feel for what you'd like to have in your fort. For example, if the juggler guy here, who's the stone crafter, he has hauling because he has only been assigned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs. So any dwarf that has 5 jobs or fewer is assigned to the hauling role. However, we may not want to have this person do stone crafting. So it really comes down to what you're interested in doing. I sometimes go through here and assign the jobs manually. Other times I've used the optimizer. Once you have like 100 dwarves in your fort, though, it starts to get a little bit crazy trying to min-max them directly like one by one. But I'm going to go ahead and just let my doctor still be the doctor and take away any extra roles for them. I'll also add back some of the crafting roles, take away small animal stuff. Now, this particular optimization plan I've read focuses heavily on hunting as well as trapping. And that's useful because you've got dwarves out in the field and they can actually act as a first wave of defense to tell you when enemies are approaching. Because if there's a giant army coming towards your castle or your fort, you won't actually see them unless someone spots them. So yeah, that could be kind of awful. I'm going to go ahead and reassign Jade. I think Jade was our original metalsmith. And do we have anybody doing mechanics? We have at least one mechanic. I'll go ahead and reassign that to Jackson and give it to someone else too. Here, congratulations, you're another mechanic as well. All right, let's commit these changes. And at the end of the day, I guess it's fine. I don't like having so few haulers, but I almost like having dedicated haulers. But I think dwarves get upset if they don't get to do a job every so often. We'll just see how this works. We'll unpause the game. All of our lovely friends now have been assigned all these different tasks. God, I still have to clean up my my system of work orders here a little bit. But overall, hopefully, we should have some more fun. Yeah, construct a traction bench needs a chain. We still haven't made this chain yet. What's up with the chain situation? What's Jade up to? Why is she not doing anything? She has no job. Okay, what's broken at the metalsmith's forge? All right, so step 1, they can physically enter the forge. Yes. Okay. If we didn't have the items they required, I'm pretty sure they would complain at us. Where's Jade at? She is free and like moving around. No job. What is up with you, my friend? Let's follow her for a minute. I'm just curious of what's going on. So no job in the bottom right-hand corner. She's going to go socialize for a bit. But my friend, you do have a job. What is the deal? Well, someone else is doing the iron. Oh, that's right. There is one more skill that I did not assign Jade, which was the metal crafting. Okay, that would actually explain it. So we actually have somebody else assigned for metal crafting, and that is Juggler, I suppose. So Juggler is going to take care of the metal crafting. So those are items that aren't considered to be armor or weapons or what have you. That makes sense. That's fine. We'll let somebody else make fancy blacksmith's tools and whatnot. So our bedroom situation just got a little bit crazier. Now, I'm not going to go in depth with this right now, but I want to at least bring this up so you know what this program is. I'm going to have a tough time kind of explaining this. I'm going to pull up Excel real quick. And I'm going to change these widths and heights and stuff so that they're about the same square. There we go. So this is roughly the same square. So I mentioned this very briefly before. There's a program in Dwarf, the Lazy Noob Pack, called Quick Fort. And if we go over to the Dwarf Fortress wiki, Quick Fort is a program that will quickly build a fortress, or it'll carve out or do certain things from a blueprint, which is a CSV file. There are guides out there on how to use Quick Fort, but this is the rough and tumble of it. You go into Excel, for example, and you designate that this is going to be a dig. This is the important part up here, dig. And then you can just give it a title. So this is the bedroom area. And you literally, you're typing the areas that you would normally, oh God, why can't I do the right thing here? D, is it my scroll lock? I think so. Yeah, so if I wanted a 3x3 bedroom, I'm actually designating a 3x3 bedroom here. Here's the hallway. If you can kind of visualize this in your head. Across the hallway here would be another bedroom. Yada, yada. So we'd save this file. We would load up Quick Fort as a utility from here. And there's certain shortcuts you'd have to hit, but you basically give it a start point, and then it would actually start designating the area for you. This is super useful in a situation like this, where you have a pre-existing design, and I don't really want to manually dig out a bunch of bedrooms, and I don't really want to manually dig out a bunch of other things. So let me mess with Quick Fort off screen, and I'll just show you the end result of what this tool can do for you. Okay, let's see if I did this right. So I went into Excel, and many headaches later, I have designated, pretty much tried to copy out the same designation as we already have here, with the exception of a couple areas. But if you notice, there's the 3x3 room, a little gap, and then a 2-wide hallway. Pretty much the same thing that we've got here. So I saved this file, and I opened Quick Fort from the launcher. You can see like there's a little tooltip that's hovering open. I'm going to press Alt-F to pick the file. And there you see my file called dig. Now, this is the layout. It is 47 by 47. I think we say okay. Please don't break. Okay, so here's the idea. It starts at the northwest corner. I can just go to the corner here and down one. Okay, so that's in the right spot. And I think what we do here is you're supposed to already be in the D menu, like the designation menu. And I think from here we might start the playback. This might break the fort, so we will see. Let's do Alt-D. Hey, look at that. And there we go. Do you see why this could be so helpful in a... Oh my God, it's off by 1. What? Is the fort normally off by 1? Did I do this to myself, or am I just that bad at life? Okay, it's close, okay? It's really, really close. I entirely know where I screwed up the planning here. But at the end of the day, my friends, it's still good. In fact, I can go back and just probably fix it by adding another row of this. Probably just do insert, copied cells, shift everything down. That didn't really work the way I wanted it to, but it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Hang on. I really want to get this to work now. Shift it down. Shift the whole roll down. Just move it. Okay, I think I might have fixed it. Let me go back. Let me cancel all this designations out. Let's press Alt F for the new file and just reload the file. Okay. And then I want to go to my corner and go up here, down 1, and then designate D. And I think Alt D for playback. Hey, there we go. Now everything is relatively closer and even. It's still screwed up, but you know what? I don't care. At the end of the day, the idea is that, how do I kill this, by the way? Cancel. Alt H to hide the tip. I think if this is still active, though, it might cause you problems. So you have to kind of kill it through here. Anyways, all of that craziness is just to tell you that Quick Fort can be incredibly useful if you do the same type of design. So yes, it's kind of, it takes a lot of effort to set up, obviously, but when you have multiple floors of the same thing, it can be very, very helpful. Now, the other interesting thing is it doesn't necessarily only do digging. You can also designate areas to build a bed or build a door. And then after that, you can also set an area to be queried and added to a room. So for example, you can automatically place down stockpiles. You can automatically designate a bed to become a room or a bedroom. So it's got a lot of power behind it, but I wanted to at least show that off. Again, I'm not going to cover every single utility in the Dwarf Fortress world, but that is a pretty good utility that I really like to use. And it helps you to manage especially large forts. Did somebody build a chain? We finally have a chain, guys. Congratulations. So our chain has been made. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the restraint section, so BV, and we're going to put a chained doggo right here at the entrance to our fort. So there's one chain. Let's wait for this to get built. There's nothing to catch. That's a bummer. Got to keep an eye on our animals to make sure they don't starve. Okay, the chain has been placed down. Let's press Q on the chain. And we are going to assign an animal to the chain. We're going to assign a stray war dog to the chain. So if we put a war dog on either side of our entrance on a chain, I think the dog can move between 1 and 2 tiles away. So this is going to act as just basically a guard. And we also have puppies. So the puppies are staying close to their mother. So that means that the puppies also act as a kind of an interference as well. So if there's like a kobold will try to come into your fort, sneak in and steal a bunch of stuff. So if we have a dog on either side with these chains here, that means that they all kind of act as a sentry. And we'll do the same thing down here in our security zone eventually down the road as well. But just something to keep in mind. That is why I decided to do that. There's a lot of stuff to cover. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about Dwarf Therapist and all these other amazing things. An animal has grown to become a stray reindeer bull. How cute. We did almost finish up our new storage area. So I will go ahead and just put down a new stone stockpile. All of these people, 15 dwarves that are... Oh, you know what? You don't really have a lot of dwarves that are hauling anymore. I might just say, you know what? Screw it. Let's have everybody continue hauling. I don't know if I really want to say don't haul yet. How do we do this? I think I want to... Can't we toggle hauling for everyone? Ah. Could assign auto haul. How do we... I thought there's a way to click that in order to do that, but maybe not. I'm going to assign all the hauling jobs back to everybody. And I'll take them away from the people that we did not want to have hauling. Okie dokie. Everyone's back on hauling duty. Too many jobs or too many doors with no jobs. Everyone can haul. If you wind up getting a really exceptionally skilled dwarf, then they're going to be busy all the time. Like any of the crafters or the farmers, generally the jobs that are always doing something, I generally will make sure that those people never have hauling duties enabled. Because they're going to constantly be sitting here and making drinks, for example. So here's our lovely friend brewing drinks from plants. How are we doing on our stockpile, by the way? I really haven't checked in on our stocks at all. Can we go to our stocks and come down here to drinks? We have about 80 drinks we estimate available in the fort. So the drinks are starting to pile up, which is good. We can also come down here. I kind of forgot to make meals. Now, we tried this before, didn't we? We tried to make an easy meal. Let's try one more of these. Ah, we need an unrotten, cookable salad item. Okay. So, extract from plants, brew, make mead. So, apparently we cannot make meals? Do we have to make fine meals instead? Nope, we can't make fine meals either. So, how do you actually make meals out of alcohol? Or was that just like a cheatsy doodle thing that I've never learned? How much raw meat do we have? Oh, we have tons of fish. Awesome stuff. So let's just, well, hang on a minute. Now I'm really confused. We have fish. We have raw fish. What's up with our fish not being cleaned? Oh, the fishery never got finished up. there was probably a rock in the way, or what also happens sometimes if your dwarf is trying to, I actually killed it, didn't I? If your dwarf is trying to build a fishery, and say someone comes and moves the rock that they were about to use, like they go store it, it'll also suspend the job, I believe, as well. Okay, that's why we haven't been cleaning any fish. We actually don't have a fishery. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? So we'll wait for that to be finished. What are you eating raw? Yeah, you're actually going out and eating raw plump helmet. We don't want our dwarves really eating raw plump helmet. We want some lovely meals to be made. So once you build this, gosh, you're so slow. You can literally watch plump helmet grow by the time you're done with the fishery. So the fishery's done, and now there's always going to be a prepare a raw fish option. I wonder if we should have a little tiny stockpile right next door that's just raw fish. Wouldn't that make sense, though? Instead of having... Yeah, let's do this. We're going to break the mold. We're going against the grain. We'll do unprepared fish. We're going to set a stockpile right here. And over on this stockpile, we're actually going to disable unprepared fish. That way, if our fish cleaner, who is a legendary fish cleaner, are they not? Is this not the best master fish cleaner you've ever seen? No. Apparently, this is not the master fish cleaner. That's fine. They're dabbling. I only dabble in fish cleaning. I'm not really a professional by any means. But the end idea is that if your fish cleaner goes off on break, and your fisher dwarfs are still bringing fish in, they'll just drop it off right here. Another way to make life easier for your fishing dwarves is to have a fish stockpile drop off closer to the front of your base. Because whenever they catch a fish, they actually walk all the way back downstairs to drop that thing off. So we could have a stockpile just inside the door, for example, to have unprepared fish. And then we could have that stockpile give to this one down here. Look at that. Look at all the stuff that needs to be hauled. Do we actually give the hauling jobs out? Or are we short on storage space for the seeds? No, we should actually have plenty of space. Why are there so many seeds sitting around? What's going on with the seeds? Hang on a minute. Hold the phone. What's the deal, friends? We have tons of stuff going that needs to get done. Did I actually commit? Oh, I never committed the other hauling jobs. They should start going unidly-ish soonish. Are those real words I made? I don't think they are. Hey, a little kitten gave birth. That's adorable. Okay, there we go. All of the seeds have been picked up. Awesome stuff. So more people hauling stuff from point A to point B. We'll put down another stone stockpile here. You know what? Probably with the next wave of migrants that we get, I'm going to start thinking about starting up a military. So I think, my friends, next episode, I do believe we are going to start looking into the military aspects of Dwarf Fortress, which is, oh my god, if you thought this episode was crazy with Dwarf Therapist and optimization, just wait till we get our hands on the military stuff. I'm going to have to go give myself a primer because I just don't remember half the stuff about the military. We're probably going to do spears, number one, because that seems like the most commonly used items. Hey, I completely forgot about our little mining area, by the way. Yeah, let's keep mining out the steel or the iron. More iron, please. Could be, again, a little careful. Try not to collapse the entire area on ourselves. Oh, crap. How does this work? I'm really nervous. I'm going to just leave some pillars here and there. Basically, I'm going to like have a room almost that I'm mining out. I've had a couple of bad incidents with dropping ceilings on my head and the heads of my lovely dwarves, so I'm trying to be very cautious. It's basically if you mine out all of the supports for an area above you, it won't be able to be supported anymore. So for example, I don't know, I think this here, or does it only matter when you start to channel stuff? There goes my memory, my friends. All right, anyways, we'll mine all this iron out. Now, by the way, we should be able to queue up some more smelt iron types of stuff. So smelt magnetite. In fact, now we should be able to make pig iron. Can we not make pig iron yet? How does one make the pig irons? Pig iron bars. Pig iron bars require... Oh, do we not have fluxstone yet? Really? I thought by now we would have struck Fluxstone. Fluxstone is on the map, if I remember. I just don't think we've actually gone through and gotten to any yet. Let's just send a mining expedition off in one random direction. I'm gonna go just send my miners off in one area. Maybe we'll just run into some marble or something like that. We'll keep an eye on the screen to tell us if we've hit anything. I really need to clean up the work order system. You can see that somebody actually completed a masterwork project somewhere in here. Jamie has made a masterwork cherry barrel. How lovely is that? Let's also set up a shortcut for our kitchen, shall we? Shift H, F4, Z, N to rename it, kitchens. There we go. There is our lovely kitchen. You can see the bones starting to stock up now, or stockpile up. People are still thirsty, but they are going to our little drinking zone. Oh, hey, we got dwarves sleeping on the floor. Well, we can't have that. We will have to probably add another floor of residences here pretty soon. This is 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 40 per floor, so 40, 80, 120. And if we stretch it, like if we double up on one side of the room, we could add more beds to that as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. I think probably next episode, though, is going to be heavily focused on military. I will say whenever we get a chance to do military, the next wave, basically. We'll wait for the next wave to show up. So, uncookable solid item. Do we not have fish prepared, or were they eating the fish immediately? So here's a bunch of mule meat. Wait, now I'm confused about the kitchen. Is this because we had a stockpile giving it stuff? Let's try this. Let's try a fine meal on the other one. Ah, okay. Because we were giving this workshop, remember we'd chosen to give our items to this workshop here. And that was actually preventing this workshop from taking from anywhere else. So let's cancel this by doing delete selected. Oops, give to kitchen. I didn't want to do that. I want to give to this little alcohol storage right here. Okay, so you just grabbed what? You grabbed a little bit of meat, some ostrich kidney. Ostrich kidney. And you mix that with some mule meat. So they're going to make a lovely prepared meal from those two items. How do you actually make food from alcohol? Process plants? Process barrel? Nope, this is the farmer area, by the way. I honestly don't quite know. That's okay, though. We'll have some lessons here soon. So at the end of the day, I do want to go ahead and do a workshop profile. New work order is going to get queued up here. I want to make easy meals. I want to have at least 100 meals on standby. Oops. Let's not do it like that. Sorry. Remember, we got to be careful about how we do these work orders. We'll make about 10 meals at a time. So every time that we don't have at least 100 meals, we'll make 10. So we'll make 10 meals and check if this has been satisfied. And if it hasn't, we'll make 10 more meals and check if it's been satisfied. That's how that condition system should, in theory, work. Awesome stuff. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining me for this episode of Dwarf. Just a little bit shorter than our other ones, but this was a rather complex episode. If you guys have any questions, if I'm going too fast, or if you want me to focus on any particular part of the game, please do let me know in the comments below. I do apologize, by the way, from the last episode. We were a little bit of a delay between the first 4 episodes and continuing the series, but I am trying to stay on top of it now. Soon, though, we will talk about defenses. We do want to talk about setting down... Oh, we can actually kill... Oh, we can't yet. We never did finish our entire... It's so dumb. I never finished this ramp area. I completely forgot about our ramp area. We need to finish that at some point. So let's have that be set up. Awesome. We have like 1 billion miners, right? It'll give them all something to do for a bit. But yeah, we need to finish up our tunnel system for our caravans. We need to talk about possible defenses. Right, so we are going to make... Where's my war dog at? There we go. We're going to talk about maybe setting up an upstairs firing line. Now, I personally like having a good squad of dwarves, Mark's dwarves. So I kind of want like 100 dwarves before I start doing a military. Because we're going to assign a lot of dwarves to the military. We have 44 total. Maybe about 60 or 70, because I want to have like 10 dwarves on marksmanship and 10 dwarves on spear dwarves. That should be a pretty good start. I don't know if that's too much or too little. but why not go in bulk, right? Why not start out and go crazy with it? By that time, we should have steel production going. We should also be able to keep up with the demand of bolts and stuff like that. Oh, we also can make some really high quality bone crossbows and bone bolts. I don't know if that helps or not in terms of damage. Could be something interesting. We have no storage available for our metals. Let's expand our storage area for metals out this way. Haven't really sat and just taken a look at our fort in a while. We have lots of plump helmet. That's exciting. You can see tons of plump helmet being planted, which is quite lovely. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things are turning out, friends. Like I said, if you have any questions, please do let me know in the comments below. I will try to keep up with everything as much as possible. If I'm doing anything terribly wrong, please... Hey, why are we scared? What's going on? Why are you overcome with terror? I haven't been paying attention to what's nearby. Eagle Man? What? What the hell is an Eagle Man? That's right above our fort. Will we die to Eagle Man? Will the fort be completely overwhelmed with terror? Find out next time, my friends, on Goldstones, the tale of the Eagle Man. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.